YouTuber Blackamore, which is a funny name, like Olamar to Black. Blackamore 64 basically did a video. Well, he was talking about Discordification of small games. So in his video, he used as an example, he actually used Nickelodeon All Stars that actually put out a release trailer. Well, put out a teaser that they have some more characters coming to the game, which is going to be the rebirth of the game. I'm calling it right now. But he was basically saying like games like Nickelodeon All Stars, let's just say somebody wants to get into it. Well, they go online and they look up, let's just say I want to play Reptar. They go online, go on YouTube, try to look up some tech is not there. Why? Because it's a smaller game and most likely people have Discord communities where they talk about it. Well, if you're not a person that's in the know, don't have a link or something like that, most people who are just getting into it, who don't know about Discord communities and, you know, they're deep diving and stuff like that, will probably just be like, man, this game is dead. Why would I guess I'm just not gonna get into a dead game. Let me just go pick up KOL for Guilty Gear or something like that. So do you agree with his sentiments here that Discordification, the word that he made up, basically hurts smaller game communities? So go ahead, Mr. T.O. the Flow. Let us know your thoughts on it.
So this is something that I didn't really even know about until this topic got brought up to me, like Discordification. Like I know about, you know, the whole, you know, small games, you know, like games that kind of quote unquote die, become Discord games. I knew about that, but I didn't really know about the idea of pretty much all the tech just going strictly to Discord, like not even being put up on like forums, YouTube, or anything like that. It just all takes place in Discord. And I have to say that is interesting, and I can see where they're coming from in terms of that being a bad thing, just because Discord, despite Discord being more known now than ever, is still this thing where in order to get to a certain community, you have to have a link or you have to know about it. And if you don't know about it, like if you're just some random person, you just picked up Nickelodeon All Stars, and like you were saying, Rexon, I mean, you see that there's nothing on YouTube or no forums or anything talking about it, but everything is on Discord. There's no way for you to know about that. So you would think like, oh, just this game is dead. Now, I don't know to what extent small games are like that. Does anyone really know, like, to what extent those kind of games are in terms of being super discordified, I guess, or whatever word we want to call it?
So like, at least from my experience, like with this one particular game, Melty Blood Type Lumina, I feel like that is true. Like that, like okay. I'm in this one Discord, and they just give like, there's a bunch of tech flying around in there, like a whole bunch. But if all of the hardcore players, I guess, are here, we're like, you know, I mean, if they're going to be just trading tech, I mean, what reason would anybody have to like go and make like a post about it online or something like that when everybody they know that plays the game is in that Discord? So
yeah. I guess the only solution I can think of to this, and really this is something that I've talked about before, but really applies to bigger fighting games, is the idea about having like these tutorials and like this community on the game itself. But when it's a smaller game, like I understand like an indie team doesn't have like the resource to put that kind of thing together. So that kind of criticism can't really fly with them. It just doesn't work the same way. Like I don't expect Nickelodeon All Stars, a game that already had a minuscule budget, to like create this community part of the game and like manage it. That's just a lot of work. So I don't know, maybe like the marketing side of the game, like they could try and get with the Discord community to like promote it more, maybe on like the Twitter page, maybe like on the Nickelodeon All Stars like Twitter page, they promote like the Discord or something. I don't know. It's just me just spitballing all ideas off the top of my head. But as someone who I don't really engage in like Discords for fighting games just because it's not really my thing. So I don't really have like a lot of expertise on this topic. But just from the sound of it, I can see why it would be an issue. But I guess this is just the evolution of, you know, community at this point. We went from throwing all the tech on YouTube or throwing it all on like Shoryuken, event hubs or whatever, to now we just moved to Discord. So I guess if you want to be a fighting gamer, then it's something that I guess you eventually just have to learn about. But I don't know. I can see that being a barrier to entry, and that's rough. I mean, I don't really have a solution, but I'm definitely open to hearing what people have to say about this, like what comments you have or what solutions you have for this kind of problem.
I have a solution, but we're gonna let you go first, E.
You know, the whole thing you were talking about with like companies getting together with the discords and stuff like that, that just sounds like a pretty cool idea to me. But the whole concept of discordification, I definitely agree with that. I think it's definitely a thing. Like I was saying before, I'm in this one Melty Blood type Lumina Discord. Now I'm not sure, as far as I know, nobody's really making a whole lot of YouTube videos like that, but they might be. But for the most part, like everybody's like trading tech in there. Like they're not going outside. Why would they need to? You know, like if they can just say
care about it or here.
I mean, right? Because like, you know, people have to be looking for that content to find it, right? And I mean,
yeah,
you know, I don't know, like. I played Melty Blood, and it's a really fun game, but like it's kind of a Discord game, and now everybody kind of just like, even if they make a YouTube video, they're going to post. They're just probably only going to post it in the Discord. Like they're going to post.
That's a good point.
You know, they're going to make it, and then they're just going to post it in the Discord. And I mean, they might actually have it so people can search it, but maybe not. Maybe it's unlisted. You know, maybe it's only for friends. So
then you clip something from PlayStation or something and throw it straight in the Discord.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. Like you can just do it like it's like instant, and you don't have to worry about like, you know, oh man, like, you know, what am I going to do? How am I going to, it's like, this is like right point A to point B real quick. And everybody in your Discord knows, hey man, did you see this thing I did? Check it out. Like there've been a couple of times with our shout outs to our boy Big Syph. Big Syph has sent me videos of him doing combos and stuff before. And I'm just like, man, like that's crazy. But not that I haven't really seen him like posted anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like this was a direct thing from him to me, and I'm just like, oh wow, like that's pretty cool. Like, you know, like he might have posted it somewhere. Not that I don't know, but like as far as I know, like that's pretty much the thing. And then I'm like, wow, like that's really cool. And I think I honestly, I think in some ways people kind of prefer that because it feels a little bit more intimate. I think like there's a little bit of intimacy to like trading directly between like one player and another or a group, and then having people like that, you know, that you play with regularly kind of weigh in on what they're seeing. So like I mean, you can build a community on YouTube, but like in Discord, I would say that you're building the community, but you're also kind of strengthening the community that's already there. And it's kind of like now people are really, it's to the point where people are kind of looking for Discords. People off the bat like are like, okay, well, where's like the Tekken Discord? Where's the Soul Calibur Discord? Instead of, oh, who's playing this game on YouTube? It's like, what Discord can I join to connect with people who are playing the same game as me? So like Terance says, I agree that like this is like a natural evolution of the way that like the exchange of information between fighting gamers. I think like this is, I mean, it's not like YouTube is going to go away or anything like people. It's harder, but I think like people have to start asking different questions if they want to find where people that are going to play the same game as them. It's like, okay, I want to play this game. Off the bat, what do you have to ask? Okay, where's the Discord at? Like Terance was saying before, like get in with these Discords and just be like, hey, like here's the trailer, drop it for all your people in your Discord. And it's like, oh my God, they're doing this. And then that, I feel like that would more contribute to like these smaller games getting bigger, or even games where they completely fumbled the ball, like in what's called Nickelodeon All Stars. What a fantastically bad way to fumble the ball. They completely failed in that.
Are you done, sir?
Almost.
Are you done?
Almost. I'm just saying, like, they made that game into a small game. It didn't have to be that way. And so now they're trying to play catch up, and they're gonna, if they really want to play catch up, they gotta put the effort in now that they didn't want to put in back then when they were making the game. You know what I mean? To put that extra stuff in that keeps people in the game. Seeing the characters is going to draw them in, but that voice acting would have kept them there for sure. And they didn't do it. And they have no one else to blame but themselves. They can come out with as many new characters as they want. But the thing is, if you don't add voice acting, it's just going to be the exact same thing. It's an old car with a fresh coat of paint. It's still broken down. It doesn't run right. It doesn't matter. Well, I'm done.
Man, he turned up. The hatred for
Finally.
Nickelodeon All Stars is real.
Finally.
They failed us. They failed us.
You've had your turn, sir. It's my turn now. The Bailiff would say. Ludosity, the developer of Nickelodeon All Stars. It's a shame that I can only sit here and just beg E to stop talking and just say, instead of saying he's wrong. So I can't say the man's wrong. All I can tell him is please have mercy. Stop. You beat the horse enough. But what one thing we all know and that we all can agree with, people don't like posting content and it really gets no interaction. Like people can say Twitter is a blog,
Yeah.
but people really don't like talking to themselves. You want some interaction and stuff like that. When it comes to small games, the reason why a lot of people don't post tech and stuff on YouTube or Twitter or whatever is because they feel like they're just getting no interaction. So that's why that's why they go straight to the Discords and stuff like that and give it to people that they know they'll like it, who will appreciate it and interact with it and things like that. So, that's why we know the grind of building a social media presence can be kind of daunting for a lot of people, just because it's just like, man, nobody care about this. And see, a lot of times developers, I feel like they think like a company like Street Fighter, a company like Capcom. Street Fighter can come out and it can even be like what we say is a bad game, like they have the curse of the odd number Street Fighters, Those are the ones that come out and they're just like hit or miss as far as like their popularity. But Street Fighter is strong enough to where when they just put it out in the universe, like we're gonna carry it on, because we're gonna want to see it survive. Like, but when it's these smaller games, like you just can't throw it out to us, the community, and just be like, make my game survive. It doesn't work like that. It's like E said, you gotta put the game out and it be good. How you gonna have a Nickelodeon game with no voice acting? Come on, man. Like, what? All the quotables that SpongeBob, Patrick, Nigel Thornberry, and all these people have, you gonna release a game with no sound?
Tragic.
Like, we could just, gameplay not being too good. If so, I don't know people's thoughts on it, but let's just say the gameplay isn't really the best. You would get away with that just from the nostalgia feel of it and how fun it is to play the game. When it if it had like things like voice acting and other things that make you feel that Nickelodeon nostalgia. So one of the things that these companies have to do is if you see your game dying, it's your job to cultivate the scene and make the game good and make these players want to play it and make content for it. It's your responsibility to embolden your players to go out and make this content and make it like, consistently, good in the scene. So hopefully these characters that y'all releasing, hopefully y'all make an update or something like that with some voice acting, because at this point it's y'all job. It's not our job to make what you can put out that's bad good. You made it.
Yep.
So it's your job. If you want to see your game grow, if you want to see it more on YouTube and stuff like that, and it's not just in the Discord where only the few people who's playing it care about it, it's your job to make it good. You ain't built that reputation yet, So it's on the developers at this point. You gonna have to make your game good enough to where we say, okay, we gotta go play that, and then get the people who already want to play it, like the people in the Discords, and embolden them to come make the community, and then they help on top of that of what you're doing to make the game more appealing. So that's on Ludosity. So hopefully they'll be doing it with this update that they got coming out. But that's what I'd say. That's the solution. The developer need to do something. So anybody else got anything there?
I'll just say that I put the blame more so on Nickelodeon than I would Ludosity, just because Ludosity, they were just hired to do a job, and Nickelodeon just they were just being cheap, and they didn't want to provide the resources to make the game the way that it needed to be. So I don't blame Ludosity. I think for what they were given, they did fine, but Nickelodeon, they cheapened on that. They shouldn't have done that. That's on them.
Right.
Appreciate that correction, Terance.